Abarigani, all of my beautiful Indugos Nadadas. This is your brother, your elder, General Abu Amin Ra. My brothers and sisters, I would like to have you share with me a few minutes of your time. I know your time is very valuable, so I'll make it as succinct as I possibly can and move on once I think you got the message. My brothers and sisters, we are living in some tough times. Of course, times, since we've been here in the United States of America, it's always been tough times. For the last 2,000 years at least, times have been tough for us. We've been living in a dreadful plight. Let me explain, my brothers and sisters. We African people have had strangers who come into our home, rob us of our belongings, then take our belongings and sell them back to us. And if we don't cooperate with them, chop our hands and our feet off. Infect us with drugs they're testing, causing dreadful diseases like Ebola. Then, my brothers and sisters, they also took some of the children out of Mother Africa, brought them to a strange land, a land they had just taken from another people, a people whom they would later decimate. They worked us from sunrise to sunset, 6 days every week for 285 years, more or less, without remunerating us fairly. In other words, stealing our labor. Raped our women, raped some of our men, hung us from trees, burned us on racist, white supremacist fire altars, resold us numerous times, separating families from one another. But my brothers and sisters, we're all in the same condition. We African people, whoever we are, Pan-African, we suffer from the same enemy. And he exploits us all. But be not dismayed. We can get out of this. It's a simple thing. You see, my brothers and sisters, let me explain this little story I'm about to tell you in a form that's not the real truth, but it's parallel to the truth and told in a way that is easy to grasp. So listen, my brothers and sisters, here it is. Thousands of years ago, the leader of the white man and the leader of the black man met in a confrontation to discuss the world. The white man immediately took leadership and control of the situation of the meeting. And he said, there's a new world order I want to remind you of. And in this new world order, I will be the master I will be the supreme being. I will be the one who tells you what to do. And you shall be my servant or my slave. And the black man acquiesced to it and agreed to play the role. It's that simple. Check it out now. It's an agreement. Something that we acquiesce to. But one thing you must realize in the story also, you still have the choice to say no to the agreement and cancel the agreement right now, and at that moment, liberating your mind, because that's where liberation begins, in the mind. The same place enslavement begins, in the mind. So stand up. You can either tear the agreement up in his face, or you can verbally say to him and concretize it in your behavior, no more. I am my own master. I walk by my own will. I do it no way but my way. The only thing you bring to the table is the same thing I bring to the table. You bring your flesh and your blood, and I bring my flesh and my blood. We both can be obliterated. So we come to the table with the same thing to lose and the same thing to gain, because see, you gain your liberation when you get your foot off of my neck. I hope you understand this, Mr. European. But Mr. Black Man, we must do what Minister Louis Farrakhan has said that we must demonstrate we have. And this thing he said we need and we must demonstrate it is testicular fortitude. And I agree with it 100%. All we have to do at the end of this thing is to stand up and face the wall of fear that keeps us separated from our liberation. And we shall be liberated. But once we're liberated mentally, we must defend our liberation. We must protect our liberation. We must control our liberation. We must walk and live our liberation and desire and commit ourselves to be liberated forever or to die and shed my blood right now. Do you understand what I'm saying, my people? If you do, all your brother, all your elders trying to say wants to give you peace, hotep, and all good things come to you when you demand them and stand up for them. Hotep.